Welcome back to the channel. Today we are up at Rocky Mountain National Park fishing a very special lake, a lake that is like world class. It is picturesque, it is beautiful. It has glacial flower in it, so that means it looks like a turquoise color. And we're back here to chase after Yellowstone Cutthroat Trout. This is only one of two lakes in all of Colorado that has Yellowstone Cutthroat Trout. Last year we did pretty good up here. This year I think we've located them a little bit better. We're going to be throwing jigs today. We're going to start with a natural color. I've got my friend Eric with me, who's out for the first time on a belly boat. Here we go. It's a little windy out here today, not too bad though, just kind of a little chop. So what we're going to do is we're going to be fishing along this shore over here. Just kind of letting the wind blow us around a little bit. I'm going to keep my back to the wind so I can cast as far as possible, and then also make sure I give you guys some decent audio with as little wind in it as possible. Always a challenge in the spring when it's super windy here in Colorado.
20 minutes later.
There we go, finally. Fish, finally. Took like a half hour. Feels pretty decent, kinda-ish. Felt decent. Medium. All right. Cool. First fish of the day. Target species acquired. Little Yellowstone cutthroat. There she be. Beautiful little Yellowstone cutthroat trout. Give you guys a good look at home. All right, where's the big ones?
10 minutes later.
Okay, we switched to an orangish color. Translucent. That makes a difference.
20 minutes later.
Well, what can we try next? Try just about every color. We're going to try an olive color next here. See how that does. I don't know what is going on, but they are not really bitey. Kind of skittish out here today. It's the nicest day we've had in a long time, so maybe that's partly it. I have no idea, but kind of a bummer so far. I don't know. I don't know what is going on with these fish today, but they are not aggressive enough to bite, that's for sure. There we go. Just as I said that. Now we got one. Oh, did he come off? No, he's still here. He's just so little, he's not really fighting that hard. Finally, number 2. Fish on! Oh yeah, just another little dinker. Another little dinker. Nothing giant. Way out there. About the same size as been playing with this all day. But we are on the board with 2. Oh, let me get the good boys and girls at home. Hey, look at you. There she is. Let's see if we can get a good release on her. Feeling like going pee, guys. Bladder is getting crazy. There we go. Jigged him back. All right, number 3. Yes. Jump, little baby. Jump. Might have been the one that first bite we had, and then it just followed us all the way back. So let's do this. Let's get you up here. They're getting a little bit bigger, not a lot. Just got my hand wet before I touched them. Perfect nose hook. They are super pretty fish though. Why are they so pretty? Because of this glacial flower in this lake. I'm telling you, they just look sort of emerald looking. They're just absolutely beautiful fish. Posted up on shore here because I got to take a leak. So get this one back here.
Ten minutes later.
Try out a little deeper. See what happens. Just don't know where these bigger ones are at. If it wasn't so windy, I think I might just keep going along this shore and then, I don't know, we've tried along the shore. Maybe I'll just head out to the middle here and post up and cast where it's just the deepest. I don't know if they're where they're at, but they don't seem to be along this shore as much as they were last year at about this same time, which is a bummer. Ooh, there's one right here, right in front of me. See if I can drop down and get him. Yep, yeah, he's looking at it. Looking at it, he's coming up. Oh, we're almost sight fishing at this point. Well, that was a bigger one. Maybe they are out further. And we just came out of nowhere. Yeah, right there. That is a little bit better. That was cool. I was just jigging, basically vertically jigging and just rowing back. That was awesome. That was very cool. That was cool. Little, looks like a little male, I think. Get my hands just a little wet, even though it's freaking super cold. Look at that baby, huh? Perfect right through. Yeah, it's a little male. Perfect right through the nose there. Perfect little fish. And what I'm trying to recreate is, just so you guys know, because I'm dropping my line here like this off the side, I caught one last year just sitting here, basically letting the wind kind of jig me, which was awesome. And maybe that was a once in a lifetime thing. Maybe I'll never be able to do it again, but if I can, I will. Okay, that's 4. We are still not moving up in size, although you can see what I'm doing now. I'm trying out deeper, and I think that's what we're going to do, is continue to try out deeper here. And I'm just going to be kind of just paddling backwards until I get to the middle of the lake and slowly jigging it up and down. Oh, there we go. Look at that. I recreated it. Just vertically jigging, sitting here stationary. I did it, everybody. You see that? That was awesome. So that's what I'm thinking, is like, I'm wondering if I could just sit out here in the middle and vertically jig, you know, 5 to 7 feet down, like how Eric was catching them ice fishing. And that'll kind of be our little trip today. freaking interesting, isn't it? Get my hand wet again. This one is, I don't know if this is a male or female, but it's not as pink on the gill. But you guys saw exactly how I caught that one. I'm just gonna release this one normally here, and I'm gonna describe. See you, bud. Look at him down there. You can see it's just so clear in this water. Wasn't that cool though? So basically all I did is I just let this sit here vertically and jig itself with the wind.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Oh, there he is. Look at that. Told you. Trolling, jigging. Oh yeah, there's one even chasing it down here, you should see. They're probably paired up, ready to start spawning. And they are getting a little bigger. They are getting a little bit bigger. Come on, bud. Yeah, this one's the biggest of the day. It's definitely the fattest of the day too. Really beautiful fish out of this lake. This pristine Rocky Mountain lake. Let's get a good release on you, huh, bud? Thank you for playing, dude. And what are we doing here? We're trying to catch another one. Just sitting here, remember? See if we can do it a couple times in a row. I wouldn't say we were just sitting there with that one that we caught it, but it definitely worked exactly like our plan was. Just kind of troll along. And it kind of proves, like I was saying, whoop. Come on, bud. It kind of proves, like I was saying, that I think they're probably out in the middle. Oh yeah, there's another one. Oh, I had him too. He was biting for sure. He was biting. That was a fish. That was a fish. I wonder if it's too aggressive for them, the presentation, like when I'm reeling and jigging at the same time, you know, that it's more of a horizontal presentation rather than a pure vertical. Yep, there we go. That worked. That's the pattern. Seriously, that is the pattern. You guys witnessed it. We experimented, we did it. That is the freaking pattern for today. They are not chasing anything horizontally, they're chasing everything vertically. That is hilarious. We're in the middle of a lake. Just goes to show, guys, don't feel like you can't experiment. You should absolutely be experimenting at all times, especially when you're not catching fish, right? So like right now, while we're getting ready to let this fish go, we're gonna let out some line. We're gonna fish while we're releasing this fish, and it's basically gonna be vertically jigging off the side of our boat here while I'm getting out the underwater camera and releasing this fish, and hopefully we'll catch another one. There's two of them there. They're paired up right now, so I don't know when the spawn is exactly for this species, but if they're paired up like that, typically that's a male and a female, a cock and a hen, so to speak, and they're ready to spawn. So that was cool, huh? We're just vertically jigging out here, hanging out. I have tried to cast and it hasn't been much luck, so I really think this might be the pattern. So Eric caught, like he said, like 5 15-inch trout right in the middle of this lake, during ice season, just vertically jigging 5 to 7 feet below the surface. So if that's the pattern, so be it. So be it. Oh, there he is. Sweet. There we got one. Again, more or less vertical. More or less vertical jigging. Come on, little buddy. Nothing big though yet. Just a bunch of little tiny ones. Not really complaining, but just look at that. Beautiful fish. Let's get you back, buddy. Let's get you back. Let's jig a little bit while we're waiting here. What could it hurt? I think nothing.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Oop, there it is. Nice. That one feels better. Just trolling. Is this finally a decent one? Oh yeah, that's a decent one. There we go. There we go. That's the biggest one of the day. Awesome! Sweet! We're just trolling, dudes. We're just trolling. Yeah, that one is a pretty one. That one is the biggest of the day for sure. Let's get all the good boys and girls at home. Just one look at you here. Look at that sucker, huh? Give you guys a good look. Good old cock. Biggest of the day. Beautiful fish here. Let's get this one back. Alright. That is what we wanted, guys. Oh, we got another one. Oh, I thought we had another one. My bad. Freaking y'all out. Jig looks fine. Let it rest for a little bit. Maybe we'll get another one trolling.
3 hours later.
Just got done fishing a lake higher up than the lake we're gonna fish now. So it's actually the second lake of the day. We're gonna be chasing after brown trout, brook trout, and maybe a magical rainbow trout in Rocky Mountain National Park, where this lake is the only lake that has any brown trout in it. So here we go. All right, we are on the water, and look what we're facing back here behind me. See those nasty clouds? We probably only have like a half hour to an hour to fish. We're gonna try to do a video. We'll see if we can do it. The first thing I gotta do here is switch baits. I'm actually gonna go with a really bright colored one because this water is much more stained than the last lake. This lake will probably have 5 foot of visibility, but it's also really brown. It's like tea right now. So it is post ice off on this lake. This ice has been off this lake for maybe 3 or 4 weeks, but I haven't fished it yet.
A few minutes later. 1 hour later.
There we go. Finally. Jeez, that took forever. It took 48 minutes, ladies and gents. What do we got? Kind of feels like a brown trout. Rookie brown trout. Cool, I can get the triple too, Eric. Sweet. Settle down, bud. Get you out. There we go. Okay, let's give you guys a quick look at it. Just a little baby brown trout, but we have a double. 2 different species today. Well, that is going to do it for us. If you like this episode, you know what to do. Leave me a positive comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next adventure.